Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So you can see there's a sinister red X on my whiteboard and I'm going to be talking about the 5 things that I've learned working with 400 plus Etsy sellers, the 5 biggest mistakes that they all make. These are the most common things that I come across and I'm sharing them with you today in the hopes that you won't make those same mistakes. But before we get into it, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel for more really helpful videos like this, and let's get into the 5 biggest mistakes that working with 400 plus Etsy sellers have taught me. Okay, so number 1 is that Etsy sellers do not test out their idea first. So we're going to write test in my terrible handwriting and put a line through it. They do not test out their idea and just generally do market research. This is the number 1 mistake that I see. And essentially what they do is that they just open up a shop, they say, hey, I can make this thing. And then like a loved one, a friend, family member says, you should sell that on Etsy. They throw up a shop and they do no prior research. They expect to make sales and they don't happen because you haven't done this testing period, this prior market research. You've done none of that. So that is the number 1 mistake and something that I would implore all of you not to do. Now, if you want to get more in depth into this, I actually do have a 4-week basically a beginner mini course on my YouTube channel. So I will link that in the description box down below for you. But basically it's talking about your first 4 weeks on Etsy and I get nitty gritty into this. Okay, so you definitely want to check that out if you haven't already. So number 2 is that too many Etsy sellers think that they're not making sales because of their product. And the actual reality is that their target market, their brand or their product is not quite on point. And when I say product, I'm more talking about the offer. So that is the biggest second reason why people do not get sales. So many people think my product is bad, I'm just rubbish, I'm gonna give up, and Etsy is bad. And you know, I do get a lot of comments where people will say, well, Etsy's just rubbish, isn't it? And that's not the case. So many people will be so quick to blame the platform and almost to blame themselves as well, which is actually really, really sad. The reality of it, having worked with these people, is that A, your target market will be out of place, or B, your branding will be out of place, or C, the way you're offering your product will be out of place. It's either one of them, 2 of them, or all freaking 3 of them, okay? So that is the second big mistake that I have learned working with 400 plus Etsy sellers. Number 3 is the comfort zone calls them back, okay? So your comfort zone is actually something that is not the warm, snuggly place that you think it is. And this is something that is actually a bigger problem than people give it credit for. So many of you guys are like, I want to know the SEO secrets. I want to know how to get more people into my Etsy shop. I want to learn how to get more sales. I want to learn marketing. But the problem is with all of that is that sooner or later, your comfort zone is going to start bringing you back in. It's going to lasso you. It's going to put the rope around your neck and bring you back in. This is your comfort zone. This is where all of the nice things happen. So, posting once a week on social media inside your comfort zone. Renewing a product rather than doing anything else with it is inside your comfort zone. Sitting down on a weekend, making new products that you like to make rather than what your target market actually wants, inside your comfort zone. There are so many other things that are actually outside of your comfort zone, but when you do them and something goes wrong, which, hey, it's life, something will go wrong, you'll say, you know what? This didn't work. I am going to go back into my comfort zone and just do what I know because that's safe. And that is such a big no-no, especially when you work with me. I'm all about pushing you outside of your comfort zone, pushing your boundaries. Now, I'm not necessarily saying for you introverts out there to, you know, do lives and push yourself to the point where you are under extreme stress. That is a whole other circle to this. That's a whole other video all on its own. But rather what I'm saying to you guys is expand your comfort zone, expand this. So instead of all of, you know, these things being outside of your comfort zone, expand it so that they actually become in your comfort zone and they actually become normal things for you to do. So this is the biggest issue that I actually see with new business owners, because guys, we are not innately born knowing how to run a business well. We have to learn it. We have to invest our time and money into learning it, okay? So that is the biggest one for number 3. Bosses, we've been having some really great conversations in today's video. However, I'm here to tell you about this. This is called your conversion rate, and I've actually made for you in the description box below a free 90-minute conversion rate masterclass. So I'm just going to quickly explain to you in 1 minute why this is important. Okay. So this is your Etsy shop and these are your customers. So let's say that you get 100 customers into your store and you have a 1% conversion rate. That means you get 1 sale, and roughly that's going to be about $30 to £30. But what happens when we increase that conversion rate to 2%, 3% and above? This suddenly doubles, triples, quadruples without you having to change anything. Now, getting customers into your store costs time, effort, and money. But what if you didn't have to change this, you didn't have to change your shop, all you had to change was this conversion rate? That is what I'm going to be teaching you in today's masterclass. So whether you're a newbie or a seasoned Etsy shop owner, get yourself down below and register for that masterclass so you can increase this number. Back to the video. Number 4 is that we all get bogged down by the shoulds. We get shoulded on, which, you know, I'm going to draw a little something something. That is effectively what all the shoulds are. So many people, whether it's loved ones, whether it's other coaches that say we should be doing this, there are so many people that are super quick to should on us, and so many business owners focus on what they should be doing. I should be driving more traffic. I should have 100 products. I should not change my titles and tags. I should never do XYZ. I shouldn't copy my listings. I shouldn't. And they focus so much on this, they actually just plain dead ass forget the reason why they are in business. And I always say to all of my clients that when you start to run a business, and especially if you're going self-employed and working from home, not only are you taking control of your financial future, which is a fantastic thing, and I'd love to do a video all about that, but actually what you're doing as well is that you are on an immense journey of self-discovery, and you're going to discover that there may be people in your life that don't have your best interest at heart. Okay, they're saying you should do this, you should do that, when really they don't care all that much. So you've got to make sure that you connect with the reason why you started that business and almost listen to your gut feeling. At the end of the day, I am a guide for you. I am your handmade business coach. But if one of these things that I'm saying doesn't resonate with you, that is fine, okay? I'm not shoulding on you. I'm just giving you a kind of rough indication on the most common mistakes, okay? So take the shoulds, take the need tos, screw them up and throw them in the bin, and connect with the reason why you started this business in the first place. Honestly, this affects income more than you think it will. So if you're sat there saying, yeah, Steph, all right, it's mindset, it's this, it's that, it's not really not making me make money. No, it really honestly is. And I've seen so many people partner shoulds with their comfort zone and get held back so much that they never reach their full potential. Honestly, all of the 400 plus shops that I have ever worked with could very easily be 6-figure Etsy shops. Whether it's pounds, whether it's dollars, whatever it is, every single person that I have worked with has the ability and the capability to be able to reach these heights, but they don't because they're held back by all of these things, which actually leads me nicely onto point number 5. And that is shiny object syndrome. So for those that are kind of playing around their comfort zone and not necessarily held back by the shoulds, they have what's called a shiny object syndrome. Now, Team Handmade Bosses knows that I have been a victim of this myself, where you get distracted in your business. You know you should be marketing, you know you should be driving more traffic, you know you need to do your conversion rate and tidy up your Etsy shop and sort your shop out, your brand out, marketing, whatever. But instead, you're like, oh, I'm going to start to create wallets. I'm going to start to add shoes. I'm going to start to make soap. I'm going to start to make all these things and everything's all right because I'm distracting myself from the real problem. Shiny object syndrome is a real problem. Okay, it is such a huge problem, especially for new business owners. And honestly, you know, you can have all of these partnered together and you're never going to reach this mark. Now, I know that a lot of you may not want to reach this mark. You probably want to make an extra like 1,000 to 5,000 every single month with your shop, which is fine. However, you're not going to get there if you're being held back by all of these things. Now, if you are after a community that is going to call you out on your BS, you need to join our Facebook group. We'll do it in a loving, nice way, but if you really want to get the lowdown and actually speak to other six-figure handmade business owners, and you need to go and join that group. And also, if you are interested in the nitty-gritty how to make more money on Etsy, then I do have a free masterclass for you that is titled the 3-step framework to skyrocket your Etsy conversion rate. And in that, we're going to be teaching you how to increase your conversion rate, and the link for that is down below. But for now, guys, I really hope you have found this information helpful. Let me know in the comments, which one of these have you done yourself? For me, it's been this one, the shiny object syndrome, all the freaking time. I've overcome the rest of them, but the shiny object syndrome is real. Okay, so let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, boss, I will catch you in the next video. Bye, everyone.